The legs go numb, just pedal as hard as you are done. Got a heart full of fire and an FTP shame, but I'm still in the saddle, playing this game. Yeah, I might come last, but I make it loud. Dropping omnium heat, make the pain cloud proud. Click it, spin up, no time to nap. Draft zone drama and a power gap. You bring your lungs, I'll bring the hype. Let's get racing on a one-bite type. Welcome to the race, don't blink or you're toast. Virtual pain cave, I'm your underdog host. TotoLeKoala hanging on for dear life. Gonna suffer like a hero with no wants to hide. Omnium's live, it's 4 rounds of fire. Legs are crying, but we climb higher. Weekly chaos, tandem train 2. I may be slow, but I bring the zoo. Riders from everywhere are wired and wild. My cadence is chaos, technique exile. But I've got maps, madness, and memes galore. So clip in tight, we're setting the score. Greg's up front, puffing calm on his pipe, while I wheeze in the draft, questioning life. Ant rhymes raccooning way back in the pack, then screams unfair when the slope tips back. The RGT crew shows up every week with legs of doom and voices unique. And DJ's code, it haunts my sleep. He programs the climbs I no longer keep. Spin, spin, suffer and grin. Cramps in my soul and fire in my chin. Cranking through fire with regret in my eyes. I'm one bad click from my virtual demise. I go hand smooth, no drama. Hunting young riders like it's Tour de Grandpa. He reels them in with a look so chill, then drops the hammer on the final hill. Welcome to the pain, to the fun, to the sweat, to the virtual peloton's nerdiest threat. TotoLeKoala still dead last place, but grinning like a fool in the pain cave race. On the young song, let's turn up the burn. Tandem weekend, now it's your turn. I might not win, but I'll organize hell, so hit that follow and ride as well. Air TotoLeKoala, just pedal and pray. Our dream starts now, let's ride.
Hello everyone. So this is the only stream of the year that I do completely in English, so it's perfect because it's also the time of the year when I'm completely tired, so that's perfect. I should actually put the lyrics of the songs of the intro song when I launch the stream as well, because there are some lyrics that you might find funny, but you need to understand them. I might not win, but I organize hell. I think this is a pretty good description of what's just happened this week. So thank you everyone who joined the Grand Tour. This was the 3rd edition. We did one in fall 2024, one in spring 2025, one in fall 2025. We just ended yesterday after 7 days and 6 epic stages. It was more than 200 kilometers long. And there was more than 3,300 meters of elevation gain. So it was the hardest one that we had to face so far. But I'm proud of us. There are many riders who actually finished it. We will see this. And actually what struck me the most is that it's actually the one where I could feel that there was a community spirit. That's the one with the most community spirit. During the races, that's the one that I saw had the most discussions between riders, even between riders of different teams on the Discord, on Facebook, and in the different groups that I could see. So it was actually quite fun to see. So I appreciated it very much. So this actually made me quite happy. So this community spirit that we had during the Grand Tour, I'm actually very proud of. I'm actually very happy to see it. It started, so it had negative sides, it had positive sides. So let's start with the negative side. So I got a bit worried on the first day. There was a little blip on the servers. I'm happy if you didn't notice them, but for me it was like I was so close to have a heart attack after months of preparations, to have the servers go down for several hours just on the first day of the start of the Grand Tour. So there are 2 time slots that got completely cancelled because no events would start on the platform, so on the entire platform for the entire day. So that was the one thing, but it got solved quite fast, so that's okay. It impacted a few riders though, so not that happy about that. And the second part is something that we actually discussed on the longest stage yesterday. There are several riders who got internet dropouts, so at their place. So the internet problem is on them, let's say, but the consequence of it in-game are a bit harsh, as in some people might get kicked because of that. Not kicked as in kicked by performance verification, but they couldn't reconnect, they couldn't finish the race. So this is something that has been already discussed with the developer, with George, that I thank again for developing the platform, and he will look into it, how to smooth, let's say, the consequence of dropouts. Might it be from internet, from heart rate monitor, for the cadence sensor, something like this, where it's not obvious cheating, it's just a problem, like maybe stop the avatar until the problem is fixed, something like this. Hey, thank you, Christophe. Thank you, you too, and congratulations again on your win. But of course, next to these little problems, there are also a lot of positive things that happened during the week. So for the number of participants, again, it was a successful event. I'm actually very happy to see that 200 riders took place in the series. So these are the 200 riders who tried their luck and tried their strengths and finished at least one stage. So finished a stage, not just took part, but finished it. And among them, we had more than 70, so 71 riders who finished all 6 stages of the Grand Tour. So this is actually the highest ratio of finishers of all 6 stages that we have ever had. So this is actually insane, because it's also the hardest edition that we had so far. So this is just chapeau to you, like we say, chapeau. Hats off. So these are riders, they represent 44 different teams. So there are 44 different teams who had at least one member representing them during this edition. So this is actually very good also for the platform. It's alive, it has a community with communities inside and groups inside, groups of friends, teammates. So this is actually very good to see. And also, this is the edition where I did the most work in terms of performance verification. So as we know, everybody is checked during the race for performance thanks to the algorithm. So that's why we have to wear the heart rate monitor. That's so the power inputs are already checked by the algorithm. But I thank again the top tier riders who have willingly volunteered to share information. Especially we have conducted weight-in videos, so checks on the weight that is input in the game. And even the very top contenders, they were not obliged, but when they could, they even did some dual recording. So that's when you compare the power that is given by your home trainer and another source, like the power from the pedals, for example. Overall, there was only one rider that had to be kicked from the race, and all the others that have been checked seem to be clean. So we can be proud of the riders that won each and every category, and ensure that we had a fair racing, especially at the very top for the winners of the different categories. For the successes, we of course can now talk about the individual successes. So for the GC, as you can see on the column F here, the winner is Christophe Contant, and he did have to spend 5 hours, 25 minutes and 30 seconds on his machine to finish this Grand Tour. So this is, as we said, the hardest edition that we had so far. Just as a matter of reference, the first edition that we did last year in full, it was over in just a bit over 3 hours. So this edition was way longer, harsher. And despite this, Gregory finished a mere 15 seconds behind him. So the competition was fierce all the way up to the last stage. So for our greater pleasure, but they had to suffer all the way to the finish line. So good job to them. And congratulations, of course, to Simon, who managed to stay there within a reach, less than 3 minutes behind them. So this is actually the 3 big winners of this Grand Tour. So the podium for this Grand Tour. Simon, since we talk about him, he also won the under 23 category. Oh, I can see it here. So there were actually 2 riders in this category, so very young riders. They both finished the stages, and Pepin, so Pepin Van, but I guess that's not his full name, he also deserves a shout out because he finished all the stages. I don't know how young he is exactly, but he spent almost 10 hours but he did manage to finish all the different stages of this Grand Tour. So really good job, Pepin, if you hear this. Congratulations. This is proof of perseverance. For the other rankings, now we go to the women category. So congratulations to Christine Zeeman, who wins once again, actually, the competition. So she's first overall for the 6 stages. Orla Cusack is the only other one who managed to finish the 6 stages. So Christine did it in less than 7 hours on the bike. But we have to still mention Katarina. For those who don't know, the problem is that Katarina had a problem and she got a technical issue at the very end of the very last stage. It was still too far from the finish line to kind of reintegrate her in the ranking. I don't want to create a precedent on this, and I will try to see what we can do. So I've contacted the team from Trainee Peaks and see if we can do anything for her. At least the problems that she had is being tackled. So that's what we talked about before, like the consequence of having an internet dropout. If it could be a bit less harsh and not be taken out of the event right away, but maybe just having the avatar being stopped until the problem is solved. Now for the experienced category, we have Rob Miller. He's getting used to winning, and this time he had a very good fight with Noel. So both of them finished just below 6 hours, but Rob Miller was just a bit faster, a bit more than 3 minutes faster overall than Noel, his main competitor on this category. On the individual rankings, we still have the sprinters. So for the sprint, Gregory, so the second overall in the GC, won the green jersey. I know that that was his main focus. He was so scared of losing the general classification that he really targeted it. And he was in the most competitive time slot, and he won almost all of the sprints that he took part of. So there were no sprints in stages 3 and 5. He just missed one, so he won 7 sprints against all the humans, all the bots of his time slots. He just lost one to Soren on the last day, the very last one. So he almost did the Grand Chelem on this. He's followed by Jake Saunders and Jan Vanna, who did very well on the sprinters category as well. For the second distinctive jersey, for the polka dot jersey for the climber, Simon actually was in the lead for this one, for the climber. He's the one who established
the best time over the Alpe d'Huez climb by far. By far, by far. Because minutes of difference is a lot of difference at this level. Gregory was actually second, Christophe third, and Jake Saunders is just happy that all of them have already won their category, so he will be the one receiving the prize for this category. He did very well on his own time slot, just behind the 3 superhuman competitors that he had against him. So big kudos to Jake for the polka dot jersey. In terms of collective, we have here the win, the overall win, sorry, I'm getting a bit tired, for pedalers, for the team pedalers. As you can see, there are 5 minutes here, even less than 5 minutes difference between team pedalers and team mashup collective, and this is over more than 16 hours of racing cumulated for the 3 riders of every team. So this is again a classification where the fight was going on all the way to the end. I hope that I'm not forgetting anything. Normally not. So before we do the random shuffle and the random draw, let's just talk very quickly for the people who might find this video after all. So what's next? What's next is that the platform will still be there for the entire indoor season, at least in the northern hemisphere. It's the start of the indoor season, so you can join it, you can ask your friends to try it. You can see that there are teams forming and it's fun to actually race on it, but they are not only races, there are also group rides on it. So I've written down some examples. So you have Lou's ride. You also have Training Peaks, who is getting involved into getting group rides going on, like tomorrow during the free day on the platform. They are having their first ride led by Adam Blight. So for the French guys, c'est un peu l'équivalent de notre Laurent Jalabert. C'est un commentateur TV mais qui a été ancien cycliste professionnel. Donc Adam Blight, c'est l'équivalent. He was a former teammate of Philippe Gilbert, so one of my favorite cyclists. So he's actually a fun commentator. So it's actually good to see that they are bringing the community together on events like this. You also have group workouts organized. So for example, you have the virtual hour record group workouts organized. You have lots of races that are organized. So recently we have learned that Echelon Racing League is moving to Training Peaks. So this is already having an impact. We can see some riders who have tried the platform because they want to race on the ERL. You have the Team Time Trial series going on. You have new series starting. So for example, you have the British National Circuit series who have just started today. Tomorrow it's the start of the ECKD League. So the Danish group, let me not have this wrong, the Race and Fun for All. So it's starting tomorrow, and they are going to have a first edition with 6 races, and you take the 4 best results. And you have all the regular events still going on, like so the ECKD is a weekly meeting on Tuesday and Thursday. You have La Classique du Jeudi on Thursday. You have on Wednesday you have the Omnium, for example, so this is the one that I regularly organize with the 4 short races in a row. You have the Ratio midweek race. You have on Friday you have the Wadden Terror group who is organizing races. On Saturday you have the Olkin Classics. On Sunday, you have the Sunday Medio Fondo. You also have the All-Kin Crits and lots of events. So I will forget some. If there are some organizers who hear this and want to pitch their idea and make people aware of their series, don't hesitate to comment. But now we are going to move to the random draw. And just for information, because it might be a surprise for some of you, but yeah, I'm moving to a yearly Grand Tour. So next one will be in fall 2026. In the meantime, we will see for how to do the competitive, like a seriously competitive race. But as the ERL is coming to the platform, for example, I think that there are other organizers with bigger means that are able to emulate this idea of a very competitive event, very checked for the performances. So I think they are in a better place than me, than what I was trying in the spring edition. So that's the big moment that we were waiting for. And so how does this go? So in this list, on the right, you can see that all the riders who finished a certain number of races, they have an entry in this list. Except that the number of tickets, let's say, that you get is equal to the square of how many races you've done. So if you finished one race, you have one chance, one ticket. So at the bottom of the list here, it's all the riders who have done one race. Then you get the people who did 2 races, so they get 4 tickets. Say 2 times 2, it's 4. So 3, if you finish 3 races, you are there 9 times. If you did 4 races, 16 times, etc. And if you finished all the stages, you have 36 times your name in here. So that's why the list of names is actually insane. And so there is one prize that will be taken at random. It's the same as for the others. So this is supported by Training Peaks themselves. So it's Training Peak branded swag. So like, I don't know exactly what they will offer to the winners, but it might be a t-shirt or a cap, something like this. So here we go. If it doesn't crash. The thing is that we can't even get excited for the name because it's so written so small. Congratulations to Benoit van Outgarden. So congratulations to him. He actually contacted me, so I know at least I know how to contact him. So we've been exchanging. There are actually several people with whom I've been exchanging during the Grand Tour. So I hope that you are not disappointed that you've not been picked up by the magic wheel, but that you are actually proud of yourself for what you've achieved during this week, for all the races we've done together. And we will see each other very soon on all the nice events that are going to happen next week, next month, and during this entire season. You're welcome, Soren. Thank you for showing us that Gregory is not completely unbeatable. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you again for the nice week and for the encouragements that you gave us. And see you soon. Maybe Wednesday on the Omnium, I don't know. And enjoy the community, the platform. Have a good evening. Rest well. Bye bye.